I just encourage people to read the charging documents. Now, there are legitimate questions that you could ask. Did people know things beforehand? Did people were they queued off? There seemed to be stuff on social media that suggested people knew this was going to happen or something was going to happen. I want to see where those investigations are at. I want to see where those investigations lead. Was he radicalized by somebody? Was there a group? Was there multiple groups? Were there multiple people? Was there money involved? Where would that money come from? Was it foreign or domestic? I'm open to all of those questions, but I just encourage people, read the charging documents.
So,
they're very, very thorough.
here, Andrew, here's the thing that doesn't make sense to me. I'm not hearing any of this stuff about Butler, Pennsylvania. I'm not hearing any of this. I'm not hearing that the Jews tried to kill him, that, Trump's own staff tried to kill him. We heard some that, was the Secret Service in on it? Was the FBI? What did they know? When did they know it? How come there's this cover up, et cetera, et cetera? But not the kind of stuff, not that Melania was in on it. And it just seems relentless. Like it won't stop. I mean, I was with you for the fundraiser on Saturday, and you guys didn't ask me to come. I came out of my own support of your organization or whatever, and I'm sitting there and I post something on Instagram. My gosh, the response from the people on my Instagram was, "You must have sold out. Well, you're getting money from Israel. You're doing," and I'm like, what is happening? It's the only way I can describe it. I've done this for 49 years now, and I've seen a lot of stuff in 49 years of broadcast. I've never seen anything, like Charlie Kirk's funeral. I prayed for that for 20 years, a revival. I prayed. I stood in that room and I felt the Spirit of God, and God came in. And when people started talking about politics, he withdrew. And they started talking about God again. He came back in. It was like unreal. I've never felt anything like it before. A miracle, a Moses-sized miracle. The same thing with darkness here. I've never seen anything like it. What's happening is players are being put on the field. You are sifting, right? You're being sifted. And where are you coming out? Are you going to be on God's side? Or are you going to be on evil? And I don't think people realize that. Maybe they do, but I'm not sure. These are very important times.
Yeah, no, I actually really agree. I think when you see an outpouring of the Holy Spirit, like you saw at the memorial, when you saw the vigils all across the country, when you saw people getting saved and baptized, when you saw church pews fill up, especially with young people, and it was Catholic churches, it was Protestant churches, it was evangelical churches, it was across the board, Orthodox churches. You saw it everywhere. But when you see a move of God like that, it does make some sense that the forces of darkness would rise up to counter it. And I think the greater the move of God, the greater the forces of darkness that will rise up to counter it. 30 seconds till we bring back radio, Glenn.
Real quick, I remember I grew up in Seattle. I moved to Arizona, and I saw dark shadows for the first time. And people thought I was stoned, I think, because I just stood out there and I looked at the shadow of my hand on this, because I grew up with clouds all the time. And I realized the brighter the light, the sharper the shadows. And that's what you're seeing right now.
I've talked about Patriot Mobile's commitment to faith, family, and freedom. But have you made the switch yet? Support your values with your cell phone without sacrificing quality or service. Worried about coverage? Don't be. Patriot Mobile uses all 3 major U.S. networks. If you have cell phone service today, you can get service with Patriot Mobile. Think switching is hard? It's not. Their 100% U.S.-based team can activate your phone within minutes. They even have a contract buyout. So go to patriotmobile.com/Kirk25 or call 972-PATRIOT today. Promo code Kirk25 for a free month of service. We're so honored to have you, Glenn. You, of course, interviewed Erica this morning as she is promoting Charlie's final book on behalf of her husband. This was when the book was written about a month. It was finished about a month before Charlie was taken from us. And she, is doing this admirable, brave thing of going out and talking to people like you, about that book. What was your conversation like? Tell us about it, Glenn.
I just love her. I didn't want to. I didn't want to get into, what she was talking about yesterday. And we've talked about this before privately. I think what's happening to everybody at TPUSA is just evil. I mean, it really is evil. I think it's emotional disturbance, it's mental health and evil all mixed up. And I've never seen anything like it. And what you guys have been accused of and what she's been accused of is just, so I didn't want to talk to her about that. I think I asked her one question, and I don't even remember what it was, but her answer was so strong and so clear. But I really thought, because today I on my show, the whole show was really about finding the humanity again, because we're losing our humanity towards one another. How can you possibly treat Erica and you guys the way you've been treated? We're 3 months. I couldn't believe that when my producer said, yesterday was the 3-month anniversary. I was like, three-month anniversary from what? And from Charlie. And I'm like, 3 months? It's only been 3 months? It seems like a year has passed. And then I started thinking about all of the things that have been said about you guys, of how we've gone from this amazing God movement to where we're at in 3 months. Just screams it's got to be evil that is pushing all of this. But anyway, we had a great conversation about Charlie, very human, how he was trying to not blow out his adrenal glands. She didn't know this. That's what happened to me when I was at Fox. I had 2 staffs. I had a daytime staff and a nighttime staff, because you have to work all the time. And I slept for 3 hours a night. And, with as many performances and everything else you're doing all day long, your adrenal glands just up, down, up, down, up, down. And she was saying the same thing was happening with him. And she said we needed the Sabbath, and he knew that. And it's funny because that's exactly what happened with my wife. My wife was the one who was like, Sabbath day, keep the Sabbath day holy. And it's hard. And I asked her about it, and she said, we did kind of struggle with it a bit. She said, if we couldn't make the Sabbath, he would divide that time up throughout the week. She's like, and it was just so human, because it was, we're not perfect. We are human, but we believe in it. And so we're not going to become legalistic about it. We're going to do what we can to obey God. And I just thought it was great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, you've been amazing, Glenn. And yeah, I mean, on the one hand, it's like, we're going to be addressing some of this on Monday, on the 15th. I'm looking forward to it. Trust me. And we've been trying our best to stay on mission, stay focused. We've got a lot of just basic things that we got to get done on a daily basis around here. And we've been trying our best, but it's gone to a point. And I was really grateful that Erica said what she said yesterday, and we'll be addressing it. But I would say this: some of it is just so laughably insane that what are you going to say? You want to dignify some of this stuff with an answer? Some of it comes from, I would say, probably a love for Charlie, having a good faith, and people want answers. I totally can respect that. But when it blurs into insinuations, innuendos, accusations, I think that's when it goes too far. And I think, there will be a time and a place. And I believe all will be revealed in time. All will be revealed.
We were talking, I asked her, I said, are you concerned about a jury pool? We're a year away. How do you get a jury that has not been tainted by all of this stuff? I mean, you may not see justice in this country. And not, the first time I recognized how African Americans felt, because, as a white person, you're like, oh, well, all of that's in the past and we kind of solved that, and Martin Luther King died, but we all kind of get it now, and blah, 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 just stupid white people think. And when O.J. Simpson, when that happened, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a wholly different animal here.
You just mean like the media circus around it? Is that what you're...
No, I mean the fact that the jury could look at that evidence and say, nope, not guilty. And I think all of them, if not the majority of them, came back afterwards and said, yeah, that was in the moment. We were wrong about that. And how that innocent verdict came out showed me that it's really hard to get people to do to stay neutral if they come into it with a certain mindset. It's really hard. Have you ever been on a jury? I've been on a jury before with a person that was a rapist stalker. And oh my gosh, have you ever been on a jury that was a serious jury?
No.
Like that?
No.
No? It is so incredible because you try so hard not to bring your own feelings into it. You try really hard not to think of it as television, like, well, it'll be solved in 30 minutes. You are dealing with 12, or 11 other people, and you can't really get some of the questions that you really want answered. I mean, I can't tell you how many times we brought the judge in and went, well, wait a minute, we don't understand this. And he's like, I can't help you. It is what it is. And it's so hard. You add on top of that a year of, it's really the Jews and Erica Kirk that did it. You're going to you have one person in that jury room that is coming in with that mindset. It's going to be impossible to convict. It's going to be.
Well, and I mean, here's what I will say. So we've got actually a procedural hearing today with Tyler Robinson in Utah. It's mostly going to be about, the conduct of the media and what they can show, what they can't. The news is that he's going to be there in person. And I have to, but there's not going to be, substantively, it's going to be, this is not a probable cause hearing. This is not an evidentiary hearing. But the good news is, I mean, I just encourage people, read the charging document. Read the charging document right there at the beginning. And this thing, I mean, they have so much evidence